Hey there, No Labels, No Limits podcast listeners. Sarah Box here, your host of the No Labels, No Limits show. And today we have a special, I know I say that every week we have a special guest, but this really is cool for me because this guest, she and I have had to reschedule due to a number of factors a couple of times. And I have been anxiously awaiting for this opportunity to have a conversation with her for probably 6 weeks now, maybe even a little longer. So before I actually hand the mic over to her and let her talk about herself more, let me give you a little bit of background of her, background about her. Her name is Marina Ridge, and she is the creator of the Marina School of Parisian Elegance. And she offers a unique and luxurious way for successful women to invest in themselves, both for personal happiness and continued professional achievement. And Marina's going to talk to us about those two elements and how kind of getting out of balance or having your business grow can make you feel out of sync with your own elegance. And she has a unique way of connecting to that luxurious side. But regardless of any of her customers' age or body type, Marina knows exactly how to select the right makeup, clothing, shoes for meetings, photo shoots. She just has the all-in-one package of how to work. And the thing about Marina is that's not her only background. She is certified as a color analyst under the Color Me Beautiful, and she worked with Constance Evans. She is a chef by trade. She has a degree in hotel and restaurant management. She teaches French. She does French translation, and she homeschools her boys. And that's actually not all she does. And what was surprising to me is when I learned of Marina, and then I always do this, I check where do people live, and I'm thinking this must be a mistake. She lives about 25 miles from me, and I'm thinking, wow, this is totally cool. So even with being that close in proximity, it still took this long to get connected. So Marina, with that as a little bit of an introduction, would you talk a little bit about the journey, because you did not come directly to Reno.
No.
You started in a small village and you moved from there under really stressful conditions. And share some of your journey, and then we'll talk about your business.
Yeah, so I come from Brazzaville, which is the capital of Congo. It was originally colonized by French, so I speak French. That's my first language. So it started basically, I went through 2 civil wars. There was one that happened when I was 16 years old. And then there was another one that was even worse than the first one when I was in first year university. And so that was a very, very intense thing that happened at a very, very young age. So it taught me a lot of things, and it taught me to really have fun in life when you can, and always don't take your life for granted. So, and enjoy the, everything that life has to offer, which means, great environment, luxurious things in life, great food. So, because, when you, during a civil war, you can have all the money in the world, but all the banks are closed. So even if you wanted to buy something, you couldn't. So it really taught me a lot. And also that material things only as valuable as the experience we get. So that's what I help women with. I help women really spend the money that they work hard in their business and come with me in Paris and have a luxurious experience, and really and use that to elevate themselves and get in contact with their higher self. So that's what I help them do.
So you take women and on real, like one-on-one on a travel journey as well. So it's both a real journey and
Yes.
and also an inward journey on kind of learning about themselves.
Yes.
So how did you come to do that work? Because you didn't just go from being a student, going through 2 civil wars, and then just going, okay, here I am.
No, it was, yeah. So, coming from a civil war, that taught me that, you have to enjoy life. You can't just go live your life, blissfully without thinking that one day it's going to end or one day something can happen, basically. But really take hold of that moment, right? Like live in a moment and do what you can while you can do it, enjoy it. So when I went to France, France is such a beautiful city, and they have a very, very old tradition, very old culture. And while taking a hotel and management school, we also learn about, how other culture influenced France, how, where the potatoes came from, where many of the food that they have now, they didn't have back in the days, So we learn a lot of that, and by learning that, I learned also Parisian elegance. What a French woman in her daily lives, like what is really important for her. Really, taking care of herself. Really enjoying life. You see them, in cafes, taking, just taking a break. A coffee or any drinks they would like. Things like that. Wow. Many businesswomen, as business, we really forget, we just forget even doing something such as, sitting at the cafe and just taking a little bit of sun, even in the winter.
I'm laughing because I realized that I'm thinking, break, interesting. Sitting in a cafe, interesting, very nice. Without that, like, okay, I've got 10 minutes. Just a different culture, right?
Yeah. And many times, like my husband, like he worked outside of the house, and so he come at lunchtime. And what I see is he still have the work in his head when he comes home. But many people are like that. They don't think of the lunchtime as a time to break off from work, like, because you're not getting paid during that time. So why think about work? So it's so but it's very ingrained into him, and I try, but I don't push him that much because but I still remind him, you're on break right now, you're not getting paid. There is a reason why they give you an hour break, so you can actually relax and distress. And women, just pretty much, many women in Paris, they just, when they go eat at lunchtime, they really forget about work. They talk about something else that's going on in their life. They're not even thinking about it. When they put their foot on the office door, then they start thinking, oh, okay, I have this and this left to do.
That is such a sane way to be. And yet, I will admit, it's a little bit, I'm thinking that is so practical, and that I personally, from years of being ingrained in the more like your husband, right? It's like always churning. Really, it would take some self-discipline to go, stop. You can't think about this right now. Think about something else. Do something different. So say you work with somebody, you talk about taking people on a journey, but I also know you work with people one-on-one, not taking them anywhere, correct?
Yes. I basically, I found a luxurious experience in their hometown. Like when they're not able to travel to Paris, I'll find a few things, like maybe free things that they will love to do, and I'll let them choose, and it's all come packaged in with whatever they want. The classes they will be taking with me. So yeah.
So you customize that to the individual?
Yes, I customize. There is things that everyone do, but for the luxurious experience, it's customized to the person. So I go and research in their town what is that thing that they should do, and really get in touch with themselves, because a lot of business women or corporate women, they're really working on the masculine, because everything we do ask us to bring the masculine. And so
So talk more about that. Talk more about that. I think that's a really important observation, because that's the part that gets rewarded often.
Yes, but the thing is, when you think about it, as women, if they are if they want to employ a woman, it's because they want that feminine side. But when we get there, either other women start maybe looking at us a different way if we are being feminine, and because sometimes it's just judgmental looks, and then you think, oh, I have to be this way. Or sometimes colleagues start giving you a hard time, and you think you have to be like a man, or even more. Most women are even they're even more masculine than men. It's kind of interesting, to see. Sometimes a male CEO has more femininity in them than a woman CEO. It's kind of very interesting. So that, when I see that, I was like, I want to help. I want to, because maybe they've been in it too long and they can't see it, and then they don't even know how to get back to where they were before. So that's where I come in. And
if they're not able to see it, but they can, I'm guessing that they can sense it, right?
They can sense it, but they don't know how bad it is. But they know, but then they don't even know how to get back to being feminine, because they've been so much, and then, like you say, they've been rewarded for being in their masculine, right? Bringing good, profit to the company and whatnot, or their own business.
So give me an example of, just say two women show up at something, and give me an example of the behavior, or I'm not even sure it's behaviors, but how I would maybe experience someone who's more in their feminine side or their but two similar women. How would they present differently? I'm trying to really trying to think about that.
It's in their way of being, their attitude as well. Yeah, the
Give me an
facial
example.
expression.
Okay.
For example, they will smile less just because they, smiling in corporate has been like they feel like if they smile a little bit, it's going to hurt their career or something. So we work on that, but that's how I can see it. They're less approachable as well.
Okay. And I imagine if you're less approachable to a stranger, you're also less approachable to yourself.
Yes.
More distance.
Yeah, because you.
Oh, I get it. I do. I get it. So you talk about like helping women. In the background information I read on you, talk about looking at what they like to wear, the coloring, all of that. And also that as their business grows and becomes more successful, sometimes women feel a disconnect with where they are now versus like the business they've grown. Like they haven't necessarily image or expression wise grown with it. Am I capturing that correctly?
Yes. Sometimes, you could see, for example, someone that's doing well in corporate, and when you search them online, they don't look like the resume. So what I want to do for them is make them look like their resume, because they are their resume is so great. But then when you look at, you find it, because right now we are in the online world now. So everyone wants to check you out, look at your pictures. And so when they find them out and they're like, oh, that's the CEO of this, or this is so-and-so executive, or this lady owned this company, but she doesn't look anything like, what I thought she would look. Because people always imagine, a certain way of how, you would look when they meet you, right? Or, how you behave or things like that, attitude. So.
Okay. So let's pretend I'm a brand new client with you.
Okay.
Right. And I've had an introductory call. We decide we're going to work together. What does that process look like? Like, how long am I going to hang out working with you? And what do you do with me besides sending me to experience these luxurious things? How do you help me?
How do I help you?
Yeah, what's our path?
We start. There is some question that you get to answer. There is a welcome packet that you need to answer some question. So I need to know like what you do in life, what's your current lifestyle. Because if I don't know what's your current lifestyle, then we're gonna get everything wrong. From your from maybe the new attitude you could have, for example, more feminine attitude, to what kind of clothes you can wear, right? So I'd like to ask a few questions and see like what you've been doing, who you've been working with. If you are an entrepreneur, have you been taking some other courses and things like that? So we start with that, if you have kids, you have a family, you have a husband, things. I really like to know a lot more about you first. And then what kind of challenge you're going through with either your wardrobe or, and which function do you attend. Then from there, then we start putting in place how we can elevate your image, starting with, so I work with your hair. We will see if, your hair need, a new hairstyle, because, sometimes you will need that. If you will need a different kind of tops, for example, depending on your facial shape. And also we will look at your personality. Are you a shy person, or are you more outgoing? Do you like are you more like do you like to wear more like men clothes, for example? Things like that. We look at your personality, and then we can see how far we can go, right? And then if I also see that there is like something from your childhood that is blocking you from wearing what you should be wearing, because I could see you, and I will see that my gift is to see like the better you, right? So I will see if there is anything that's blocking you from wearing, maybe someone did a bad comment, on how your body, right? So then we'll have to work on your body image using divine energy healing. So that also I can do that, and we will work on your father's side, your mother's side, so your ancestors, and we'll go up to 7 generations and heal your ancestors as well.
Wow.
So we're working with DNA, because if something happened, centuries ago, and and it's actually bringing you down, so we'd like to clear that, so then we can bring out the woman you came here to be, really be and also be more in good terms with your ancestors and things like that, just you, and that will help you as well. So we work on that. We work on clearing, and then after that we also work on your self-worth, and see if because self-worth is something that you can always work towards. It's never end. So we work on that. We work on self-worth as well, and then after that we put together clothing. We work on your closet as well, because we have to see if there is things in your closet that don't fit you, as they're not complementing your hair color, your eye color, your skin color. So we have to analyze your wardrobe, that, and also then we will get rid of things that, for example, are not serving you, right? And we will replace it with the colors that works best on you, so you can shine and be more radiant and look 10 years younger. Yes,
you're speaking to every woman right now. You're going, oh,
yeah, like,
okay.
Because either you go get a surgery, or you can look 10 years younger with just wearing the right colors, right? Don't you want that? And then some women, they color their hair wrong, right? But they don't know, because people keep telling them, oh, it's great, but actually they never ask the person. When someone gives you a compliment and they tell you your hair color looks great, ask them why. Because sometimes it's just not what you think. This lady, for example, was told she looked good in this dress color, but then when she asked why, they say, oh, that's because when I met your uncle, he was wearing the same color. Yeah, how odd. It was nothing to do with the person. Nothing to do at all. So sometimes I work with someone and they're like, oh, why should I change my hair color? I always get compliments like, well, why are you getting compliments? Because sometimes there is colors that come so strong that people don't even see your face. When I work with you, I want people to see your face. So when you make an entrance in a room, people are actually seeing you. And then when you start, bringing more element of Parisian elegance into your lifestyle, and that's why I do elevate your style, and I also do a lifestyle change, because it goes hand in hand. If you live a certain way, when you go out there, when you present yourself, people feel like you're different, like something, because you're living it in your everyday. It's not just, oh, once in a while, I wear a nice suit, and when I'm at home,
it's not for show.
Yeah. Yeah, but because you're actually living it. Even your pajama can also be elevated, right? Because you have to feel that. So I think that's pretty much,
What is the most fun you have doing it? Like, because you smile, and we don't use the video for this, but for folks who aren't seeing Marina right now, she's just radiant, and I can tell she digs doing this. So what is the most fun part or the most rewarding part for you of working with women in this way?
The most rewarding part is for them to really be in touch with themselves and start living the life they came here to live, but fully, be happy and have fun. Because that's why I have the luxurious experience, because I want my life to be fun, and I want their life to be fun. So I want to show them different ways they can introduce more fun in their life, and also at the same time reconnect with themselves, with their higher self.
So what is the best way for women to get a hold of you, women who want to know more about whether they should work with you or your trips, or sign up to get your regular newsletters, because those are really kind of fun?
Yeah, I have a gift. It's called From Boring to Fabulous, 5 stunning wardrobe color that will make you look luxurious, exquisite, and luxurious. And that includes different options, colors to go from day to night, and also bring your image to the next level. There is also a complimentary one-on-one with me. You should get that. It's valued at $475. And so I help you a lot with that, because I work in the background. I just don't get on a call and just start working right. And you actually receive a small homework that you have to do before the call. And so I work in the background, and when I come, it's just boom, boom, boom. You get all the facts that you need, right? Yeah, so that's what I have, and so when they take it and they get on a thank you page, they need to scroll down because there will be a special offer. That special offer is available for $97 on my website, but they can get it at a very much reduced price, and that's my thanks to them for staying in contact with me. Yeah.
Very cool. We'll put the links to those in the show notes.
Yeah, I can also say it. So it's
That would be
Marina Ridge. So that lead page is .co/from-boeing-to-fabulous/ and it's 5 ways to improve your confidence and embrace a lavish lifestyle.
Very nice. I'll check that out because I was supposed to have a call with you and then had to cancel that too. The autumn was not very good for our schedule.
It's a busy time of the year, right? It's just a busy time of the year. I take my vacations in November and in December as well, because there is no reason to work when everyone wants just to have fun anyway, and who doesn't want to have fun in in November and December, and be with their family.
I think that is like the best way to end this. Who doesn't want to have fun? I think that's perfect. So, Marina, thank you for being a podcast guest. Seriously, I have been looking forward to meeting you.
Thank you so much.
Learning from you, and now I get to share you with the podcast audience, so I'm happy about that. And then I will, on the back end, follow up with you, and I'll get the lowdown from you. We'll figure out.
Sounds great.
I'm a little scared, but I'll do it anyway. All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Well, that's it for this week's edition of the No Labels, No Limits podcast. We hope you liked what you heard, and if you did, we ask that you go over to iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, or wherever else you listen to the podcast and leave us a rating and review. If you know someone who would enjoy this podcast, please be sure to share. And until next time, have a great week living a no labels, no limits, no excuses life.